Hello, this is Natasha from Nancy by Design. I'm here today to talk about our signature collection, that is nomadic jewelry, and more specifically Afghani or Turkish jewelry, which is becoming very fashionable these days. Unfortunately, in the craft circuit, that also means that it's going to be mass produced and you have replicas in the market. So it's very important for both the buyer as well as the seller to understand uh, what is authentic and old, and the pieces that are replicas. So we get started right away. The first pointer is the patina of the jewelry. So here you have an authentic old piece. Let me try to show it to you more closely. If you can tell the color of the metal, can you tell that it's a little yellowish and it's a little bruised and battered? And here, if I can try to show you, here, see this, the piece is a little malleable. The metal is a little malleable. How does that happen? Old nomadic jewelry all along the Silk Route, they were made primarily out of melting old coins. And old coins had some percentage of silver, and there's a good percentage of silver in a lot of these old pieces. Not all of them, but a lot of them have a good amount of silver, old coins, which gives them that yellowish patina, as opposed to replicas, which I'll show you right now, so you can actually tell the difference. Let me first show you both of them so that you know how difficult it is to tell the difference between the new and the old. This one is old, while this one is actually new. Now it's a replica. It's made in the fashion, after the fashion of the Afghani style and the Turkish style, the Kuchi jewelry. But it's actually, now look at the back sides. Now let me bring it really close. Can you tell the difference between the color of the two pieces? This is old and matted, and you can tell that it's been used for a long time, while this is metallic, whitish, silverish, and glossy. There are more pointers, so many more. Look at how it's been welded here. Can you look at the joining of this and this? There's a little clasp here that goes in and has been joined. Very few things were welded at that time. So more often than not, you will have buyers that go in and lock themselves up to create the link. Whereas in the new one, it'll just be shouldered in. Soldered? Yeah. Now that is one of the ways, one of the clear ways of telling which ones are old and which ones are new. Number two is, how are these the pieces of stones? Some of them are carnelian, some of them will just be glass, or yeah, how are they fixed? Now this is very interesting. All the old jewelry, the stones were fixed with beeswax. So even when we restore old jewelry, we make sure we use wax to set it in, to respect the authenticity of the craft. Whereas the new pieces, they will just be glued in. They'll just use glue to stick it. So if you can take a pin and just gather some, like from the sides here, that is wax. Whereas the new pieces will be stuck There again I'm coming back to my fraudulent piece, which is this. There is no wax here. It's a clean set. Sometimes you can take the stone off and it will be set in glue. So that's the next pointer. The other is the links that make the jewelry. Yeah. Can you see the links here? So again, as I said, very few things were welded. Can you see that this, sorry, it comes out like this and it goes into a little thing there. So all these links are actually, you can actually open it. You can open it up. So this is one kind of link. Of course, there are many kinds. The other variety is again a very pretty piece, is this. Now, if you see these links here, again, these are not welded. They are interlinked one into the other. One is just passed through the other. This one passes through this loop. So this is the other kind of links that can be found in the old authentic ones. As opposed to what? As opposed to this, which is new. This requires a machine. And old nomadic jewelry was not made by machine. Okay, this pendant is real enough. Again, to show you the point in case, very pretty fish. Malleable. Can you tell that it's malleable? This has a huge amount of silver in it. So that we have covered the links, that it's set in wax. We have covered the patinas. Now in an old piece, the edges will be worn out. So, not sure if you can see this. So the edges will be very, very smooth because it's been worn over time. So, as opposed to the new one, where the edges are really sharp. Just run your finger over the edges and you will be able to tell the difference. These are sharp. These can actually hurt you. So, those are a few basic things through which you can tell the difference between an old piece and a new piece. And I hope this was useful information. And yeah, buy authentic. Buy from natsibydesign.com. Thank you so much.